Good evening, everyone. Saturday, July 4th, 2020. So G'da, day 13. Number 1189. Just adding and uploading the vlog from yesterday, so by the time you're watching this video, yesterday's vlog should already be up. Please be sure to go check it out. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. For the July, I can honestly say this is like one of the best 4th of Julys ever. My brother came over earlier and he dropped off the bed. So I had to like wake up at 11 o'clock. Apparently there's some kind of like leak issue that my neighbor downstairs is having, so she like had a plumber especially come up to my place, and I don't know what the hell happened, but there's nothing wrong with my place other than what's always wrong in Houston. And so anyway, so I had to get up and basically I had to clean up this little spot right here. I just kind of moved everything over because I was gonna make room for the bed, but he didn't bring the mattress, so I was like, okay, well, I need a mattress before anything. And yeah, so put everything back, and that part's just like kind of clean. I had like picked up like all this stuff from my mattress and put it over here because I was gonna like be like, okay, well, I guess that means, I don't know what that means. And then he just kind of brought him over, so everything's just sitting in here for now. Yeah, and then I finally took out the trash. I don't know if anybody in the comments noticed if I cleaned in here. Everything's so shiny and spackly. I threw away one bag that was full and the one that was sitting over here because it's just starting to look really, it's like an eyesore. And then I still need to throw away this. I need to finish my nihari, so I'm gonna do that. And oh my god, the grossest thing, I should have filmed it, but I don't even know if it's allowed on YouTube, but it was so gross. I don't think I should explain it, but it was just really, really gross today. Clean that, threw that in the trash. Let's just say that it required its own special Walmart shopping bag to throw away, and then so I had to throw it away because yeah, there was no. So I put it in to one of the trash bags and then I threw it into the dumpster. Still a long ways to go. Finish this nihari though. See what I have to do. So I have to, alright, so also I think my alarm woke me up. Not that like I even slept. Like I went to sleep at like 1, well, I was in bed and then I started to go to sleep at like 1 or so, but I would say I'm like a light sleeper. I don't know, unless I'm like just zonked. But in this case, I had set the alarm, so anytime I have an alarm set, I don't really sleep. So I set the alarm for like 3:46, like I had told you guys in yesterday's vlog that I was gonna wake up and I was gonna turn the fire off. So I woke up at 3:46 when the alarm went off, and I don't remember. So I woke up, I guess. Anyways, when I did officially wake up this morning, when my brother came, the thing was off. So that means that I probably did wake up at 3:40 whenever my alarm went off, 3:46 a.m. Yeah, it's, I can't believe it because like I don't remember it happening. Anyway, so I'm gonna just carry on. So it's been on there for at least 6 hours now, and then I'm going to add dissolved flour. It says to use 1 cup, so I'm going to use half of a cup of flour dissolved in add dissolved flour. You're supposed to dissolve it in 2 cups of water, but it says 1 cup of flour dissolved in 2 cups of water. So I'm going to dissolve half a cup of flour in 1 cup of water. And then I'm going to go ahead and turn this back on. Stir and mix, dissolve the flour in the gravy. And then it says stir and mix, bring to boil, and cook for 15 minutes and stir occasionally. Heat remaining oil and add sliced onion. Stir fry until golden and pour into nihari. Cover and simmer for 10 minutes on low heat. Remove excessive oil before serving if desired. So remember, it says to use 1 cup of cooking oil if you're using 4.4 pounds of meat. So in this case, I used approximately half of that. So I'm going to use half of the ingredients, so half a cup of oil. Also, it's going to be all the other stuff. It's going to be half. So I'm going to use half of a medium finely sliced onion. And I guess you're supposed to like put in Shan Nihari mix with 1 packet in half a cup of water. I didn't do that. That was stupid. See, but I'm a brand new cook, you guys. I'm brand new. So anyway, and then my nihari will be finished. Prince, what you doing? I'm kind of annoyed that my Fire Stick doesn't really work. Like, I tried to make it work this morning. I can't use Pluto TV at all. I don't know what it is with internet and the TV, and it just doesn't work. So, I'm just gonna watch Netflix on the TV. Is that okay with you? Is that okay with everyone? And I'm gonna take a shower before I start my nihari first. My paparazzi. So, here's how it's looking, guys. You have to, with the nihari beef, you have to put it on the back burner. Yep, it has to, you know. So, caramelize the onions. I just put them in. Here's how it looks right now. I'm sorry about the lighting. I don't know if you can really see, but anyway, so the onions, so really ooey, really gooey, sliminess, goodness, and then use half of the ingredients for everything. There was a lot less oil this time. It asks for 1 cup of cooking oil, but since I only used 2 pounds of beef versus 4 pounds, I used half of a cup in the whole cooking process, and so that means that I use 1/4 of a cup initially, and then now I use 1/4 of a cup to caramelize the onions in. It took forever, but anyways, you're supposed to do that on kind of low heat, and then add that in to your big pot with the beef in it. The sauce is really thick already. I already added in the flour before. Let me see. You're supposed to actually, so with the Shan Nihari mix, the 1 packet, you're supposed to mix in 1/2 cup of water. I didn't do the 1/2 cup of water thing. I gotta remember that for next time. There's so many steps. After the, like I had turned it off this morning, like I told you guys, I turned it back on and I pretty much brought it back to a boil. At that point, I dissolved flour, which was 1/2 cup of flour versus 1 cup. Dissolved it in 1 cup of water, and then gradually added it into my pot. So gradually means like pouring it in, like, you know, like from your thumb to the middle finger, that much at a time. So stopping in intervals, putting it in there, and then stopping, and then stirring it, just making sure that like it doesn't get clumpy, and then go back in and keep continuing to do that until all the flour is out. So I did that in like 3 intervals. Okay, once that was done, I brought it to a boil and then I let it cook for at least 15 minutes. It was probably about exactly 15 minutes because I set the clock. Once it had come to a boil, I set the clock, and so once the flour had kind of integrated itself into all the spices and everything, which like this stuff has like a lot of sodium in it, but anyway, that's not the point. So stir it in gradually and and then I set the clock for 10 minutes, but it was probably on there for 15 minutes at least. So I just kind of let it come to a boil first, maybe for like 30 seconds or however long it took, and then I set the clock for 10 minutes and then let it kind of cook, and kind of, it's sort of like music, so like it needs to be like flowy, and the flavors need to like flow into each other. Makes the dish whole, makes the dish what it is. Alright, so then after that, once it was done after like 15 minutes, I stirred it occasionally. You have to constantly stir, and again, the flow thing. So then stirring occasionally, then I heated the remaining oil and added sliced onion. So I took a half of a medium onion, I sliced it, and then I let that cook in my skillet until it was caramelized, and then I stir fried it until it's golden brown or caramelized like I said, and then pour it into nihari, and then now it's in the nihari, and cover and simmer for 10 minutes on low heat. So I'm supposed to cover it and I'm supposed to keep it on low heat for 10 minutes. So I did set the clock for 10 minutes, and it's on medium heat right now. I think it actually needs to be reduced to a lower heat probably, but anyways, yeah. I'm gonna continue to check on it before I actually reduce the heat too low, because like I was trying to, like, whenever I showed you guys the sauce and like the pot, I was trying to show you guys the thickness of it, and of the gravy and stuff. It's gonna make much of a difference to you, but here's how it looks while it's on medium heat. The reason to keep it on low heat is the potential for the sauce or the spice to burn. So like, even because of the temperature being too hot. So yeah, so I'm gonna go ahead, and you can tell like I used way less water this time, so there's that. I'm gonna reduce this to low now, and then I'm gonna cover it. And I don't know if you can tell, but here's how it's gonna look when it's on low. So just wanted to show you guys quickly how the bubbles should look. And then yeah, let me just cover it, and then the alarm will go off, and then we'll taste it. On to my last naan, so I'm gonna use that naan tonight, and then I might even use like some tortillas. I will heat up and toast a tortilla, because I don't even have bread. I don't have sandwich bread. Sandwich bread would work well with this, especially if you don't know how to make a naan, or you don't have any naans on you, but you have sandwich bread. I mean, that's a pretty common household item, right? So like, just going back to all the mistakes that I made, there's so much oil that I used previously in this, like too much. So even now, if it's reduced, it still says to remove excessive oil before serving if desired. So no oil. At the 4-minute mark, I'm just gonna open it up again, and so look at it again, and if you can see the bubbles or not. So the bubbles are very, very less, and they're reduced to almost none. 4 more minutes. Besides that, I'm probably just gonna make some ramen as well. I'm gonna add in the extra carb that I need. It's like a ton of sodium, but I don't finish like all of the water. The nihari beef, like, I do eat like the gravy, but I don't eat like 4 pieces of beef or anything. It's like 1 piece of beef. So the time is up on this, which means that it's done. I'm gonna plate it. The gravy definitely could sit on the fire for a little bit longer, so I'm still gonna keep it on low. And then I do recommend mixing it like well and thoroughly before plating it, just because as soon as like you stop stirring, all of the ingredients will like kind of settle down. So anyway, and then the beef also, it doesn't look like my mom's. It's not rubbery tasting at all. The spices and the flavor have integrated well into the beef. Where like the gravy is like spicy and salty and thick and like flowy. It's not like chunky or anything. So I made the ramen because I think like the actual like what do you call that stuff? The naan, it's like kind of thick, and like I'm kind of scared that I'll like the texture is like really weird. So I don't know, I don't prefer it. When the texture is thick, that just means that like it's gonna go all in your stomach, and then guess what, your stomach's gonna get thick. So anyway, I'm just gonna do the ramen, but like if it's still not enough, I'll still have my bread to rely on, because this is a very, very gravy dish, so gravy-y dish, so there's a lot of dipping involved, and if you don't have bread to dip with, you're just consuming like a liquid, and that's not the purpose. That, you know, the purpose is to fill you up. The bread, not the gravy, and the beef is supposed to be part of the, you know, the meal. While Prince has been trying to consume my potatoes, if you get a chance to try this dish, I'm gonna give myself a little spanking for that one. Just kidding. You're one of the lucky ones. And let me know if you have in the comments. Ramen is done, but I'm gonna eat it after. Right now I'm just gonna quickly go ahead and toast up a bread. This place is so clean. Can we just take a second? It's still on low heat, but I think it's done, so I could probably turn it off right now. And then, so I got my nihari, and then I got my naan bread, but the naan bread just kind of tastes like it's just bread in your mouth, and it's not really, like, you're not really getting, you know, the beef and the gravy and stuff. Yeah, so let's see if I still want ramen after that. Probably I do, because it's like the bread is doughy. It doesn't work well with the beef. So the beef is done right, because I'm able to actually stick my fork into the beef, and actually be able to do it without it being like tough or you know, spongy or anything. I mentioned it's not raw or anything, it's cooked all the way through as well. And I'm not trying to speak for all naans, I'm just speaking for this particular naan. My mom makes homemade bread, and it actually melts in your mouth when eating with the nihari. This is just all bread. It's like, it sort of just feels like a marshmallow in your mouth. Very chewy. Tastes store-bought. That'd be good, because like, I don't know how to make bread at home, so you know, it's just something, it's like a fallback. It's supposed to be a fallback, but it's not a good fallback at all. If you've ever had like mashed potatoes and gravy, it's pretty much just like gravy. And then It's kind of syrupy. It's very, very spicy. And it's not like too thick. So yeah. I still have this much bread left, so I'm gonna stop. And I'm just gonna eat my ramen. Or whatever I can of it to like make sure that my stomach is full. This for later. So this is still on. I'm gonna go ahead and take it. I'm gonna check on it. As you can see, like there aren't any more bubbles either. So I'm just gonna go ahead and cut it off. Microwave. Shocked and relieved that my nihari that I'm making is somewhat coming out as the way that my mom's turns out. Ramen, soy, and sriracha. Anyways guys, I'm gonna close the vlog. I'm probably not gonna finish all of that. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe, and I will talk to you guys on the next vlog. I got more gravy. My Fire Stick TV is still not working. I mean, it'll connect to the internet sometimes, but I know I can't watch Pluto for sure on that. I know I can probably get a movie started on it sometimes, you know, if the internet is friendly. Gravy is good and the ramen is good. I don't know how much of the ramen I'm gonna finish, but probably as much as I can before it gets cold. Or, I don't know. But anyways guys, I'm gonna close the vlog. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. And I will talk to you guys on the next vlog.